It's the Andy Griffith Show, Facts and Trivia, with your host, Bob Snap.
Hi guys, welcome to the Andy Griffith Show, Facts and Trivia. Appreciate you being here. Today's video is on George Lindsey, who played Goober Powell, and how he had a difficult time with people distinguishing between George Lindsey and Goober Powell in a really cool way, though. Let's take a look. Take a cross-country road trip while on vacation from the Andy Griffith Show must have been a nice way to relax after following such a hectic Hollywood schedule. However, for George Lindsey, who played the role of Goober Powell on the Andy Griffith Show, his cross-country trip was one he wished he could have done by airplane instead of automobile. Goober Powell was Mayberry's finest gas station attendant and became a fan-favorite character during his 86 episodes. However, playing such a role made some moments of his private life hard to keep to himself, especially while behind the wheel of a car. In a 1965 interview with the Chicago Tribune, Lindsey talked about how the Andy Griffith Show changed his life in more ways than one, and described meeting fans during his cross-country road trip. Almost every time I stopped for gas, a service station attendant would do a double take and then ask if I'd like to man the pump myself, he said. In Texas, I made the mistake of offering to call help for a stranded motorist. "What's the matter, Goober?" the guy promptly asked. "Can't you fix it?" he said. It's where Lindsey and his character differed the most. This kind of fix would be no problem in Mayberry for Goober, but for Lindsey, he would have been driving in the opposite direction. Now, according to the interview, Lindsey would be stopped on the street or in a quiet car often, mostly by fans who would ask for car advice or tire changes. While in Louisiana, Lindsey found himself with a flat tire, and he called the motor club. The mechanic recognized Lindsey right away. All the time he was changing the wheel, he kept chuckling and saying, "Wait till I tell everybody whose car I fixed." Perhaps Lindsey's least favorite moment was while he was preparing to leave his motel in New Mexico. According to Lindsey, they had a long drive ahead of them that day. He said he had forgotten to ask the attendant to check his oil the night before. I raised the hood and pulled out the dipstick, he said. Another guest at the hotel approached with a grin and said, "I knew you could do it, Goober. My wife says you didn't have brains enough to check your own oil, but I knew you were that smart at least." May not have been the most talented mechanic in real life, but Lindsey was such a talented actor that many fans expected him to be just like Goober. You gotta admit, the one I thought was funny that he didn't like was the one that he called, and he was working on his car, and he was saying they're never going to believe whose car I was fixing. I thought that I would think that would be like a compliment. Maybe it's just me. Please don't forget about classic rock and country music facts and trivia. Today over there, we have something from the past that may just make history in the future. Take a look at classic rock, country music facts and trivia. And please subscribe while you're over there. Thank you. Now that I have my mind together, I'm going to go away. Have a great day. God bless. I'll be praying for you.